Here we go. Bottom right hand position as the Red Terran. It is IVD Apocalypse. And his opponent spawning as the Blue Zerg in the top left hand position of Akalon Waste. It is Evil Genius's Suppy. Score is 1-1 apiece, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, I think ZVT is actually really, really even on this map. Agree?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's a nice map for drops, but it's not too nice, right? It's like not like too OP. There's a lot of distance from the main to the natural, so you have a couple of all-ins that you can do as Terran, but there's not like OP things that you can do as Terran in the beginning phases. Zerg, I mean, it just comes down to your raw skill, in my opinion. How well you can actually do this.
This ZVT is a very mechanical matchup these days. Both sides have a lot they need to do, and whoever does it better usually tends to win.
Yeah.
This map maybe even accentuates that because it tends to favor macro games more than any cheesy play. And usually you have to kind of play at least for the late mid game because it's easier for Terran to defend their third and fourth.
Yeah, and plans change so fast, by the way, on this map. Like, as Terran, a lot of times you're just focusing on killing this base. Right? It's so out in the open, you can see the creep spread. For you to accurately defend this, you need creep spread like all the way out here. Yeah. And for Terran, I mean, even if they have their army out here, they kill the creep, they slowly push up, and then they have this really nice early access to that fourth base.
You want to try to damage them and kill as much as you can before they get to the choke. Those chokes and ramps is what makes Widowmine Bio so scary, actually, because they can just kind of push in, plant mines, and engage really efficiently every time.
That's right. And that's what makes it kind of interesting. So for Terran, fourth base, this base right here is one of the main priorities that you want to kill. But if you lose 2, 3, 4 armies over there, instantly you say, give it up. The fourth base isn't worth it anymore. They mine too much. You focus on this bottom left-hand base all the time. And you just keep trying to deny it, and then you have some really tricky stuff where Zergs actually expand to the top right, which seems really crazy, but it happens so often. Anyway, that's like 20 minutes from now, so hopefully we get into that.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance. Apocalypse, he looked pretty good last game. I don't think we'll see Suppy die anytime early mid-game either, so we might be seeing that. Right now, though, it's up to these Reapers to see if they can get anything done. Last game, I think he got a couple drone kills, actually.
Yep.
But so far, Suppy's microing pretty well this game. Hasn't lost any drones yet.
And he won't be able to kill that Reaper.
Yeah, that was kind of an overextension. On the left side by the gas, he is left with nowhere to go.
I love these 2 Zerglings that are sent in the beginning stages to punish these Reapers from being a little bit too overzealous and not having any defense at home. They're really able to do stuff. And actually see a lot of Reaper counts, exactly what you're going. If it's going to be some like donkey play, like 5 barracks directly behind this, and they just do an all-in.
Never seen that.
It happens, Ghost User, okay? Maybe not at your level, but at my gold league, it happens all the time.
Okay, so we have Apocalypse going for the starport again. Hellion drop or Widowmine drop? It could still be either. We'll see depending on what he makes after these 2 Hellions finish.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm completely thrilled with this build, but it's definitely been showing some utility. Of course, game number 1 we saw it where the Hellions were able to do a fantastic amount of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it has a couple advantages. The quick Viking. Oh, he's going for Banshees this game, actually. I like this a lot. Actually, I would like it a lot if Suppy didn't go 2-base Muta so much.
I would like it a lot if he didn't go the initial 2 Reapers.
No, that's silly. Everyone goes 2.
Not everyone. Not everyone goes 2 Reapers.
Maybe not,
I see a lot of people going one Reaper, and I actually talked to Fuser about this a lot. And he says the second Reaper just doesn't make a lot of sense to him.
Yeah, I think that could be the new trend. So, like, currently though, we usually see 2 Reapers. Is he getting cloak for the Banshees?
Well, I'm a donkey and haven't been putting up production tabs. So as we can see, no, he's not.
Yeah, so this is good considering he's facing Mutas on 2-base. Against the 2-base Zerg, you usually can't do any damage with the cloak. We even see a spore position now. What's up, knows what's up. So the smaller investment of the Banshees is good for Apocalypse. I think he's going to try to wait until 2 Banshees, and then maybe not now. I think he still is. And then try to push in with 2 Banshees and the Hellions, target down the Queens at the front with his Hellions and with the Banshees, and then do damage after he kills the Queens. I think that's his plan, probably. Oh, he's even pulling a bunch of SCVs. This is crazy.
Wow.
This is unexpected. So he definitely wants to kill those Queens.
Yeah.
He has a very small timing window before the mutas are out, so he needs to get something done with this push. And he has to get a lot done, considering how many SCVs he's pulling here.
Yeah,
if he doesn't kill workers, he's going to be in a tough spot.
Mutas finish in less than 30 seconds, so this is
Well,
going to be...
about a minute, because they have to build, too.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about their build time, not even the Spire from finishing. So here it is. He's going to go in here, and
I think he might...
Careful.
Oh, he's losing these Banshees. Only one Banshee left. Yep. But the Hellion, the SCVs are tanking against the Zerglings. All these Hellions are going to live.
Wow,
and I think they're going to take out the drones.
This is Brutal Apocalypse coming in with a really, really nice fancy build here and punishing Suppy so hard. Now clearing out all the rest of the Zerglings. The last Queen is going to come up here to try to take out the Banshee. It looks like he will get it.
Suppy, he's splitting his ends. He doesn't have enough Zerglings, but he's not building enough mutas either.
Yeah.
Even though 7 are in production now, only 2 of them started, and then about 20 seconds later, 4 more started.
Oh, and burned to a crisp. All of these drones
I think he's going to lose drones in his main, too, if Apocalypse goes up there.
I do, too. Now the mutas are going to pop up here. And Apocalypse, he has a choice. Does he keep going? Yes, he's going to keep going into the main base.
Yeah, you definitely always keep going in this situation because, I mean, they can't do much if you just
Exactly. I mean, if you had Zerglings, they would have been already attacking with the main army, but of course there are none left. Now the Hellion's going to burn up a lot more drones.
Oh my god.
I am so scared to look at this tab, but I'm going to do it.
40
drones killed. Income tab showing 14 harvesters to 35. What an incredible attack.
And
this is really cool.
Has 3 orbitals behind this. So he's not all in at all. He pulled SCVs, but he only pulled like 10 or so. Which it's horrible if he doesn't kill drones. But if he kills that many drones, it puts him in a huge lead.
Yeah, and this is punishing basically no spine crawler. Actually, a lot of styles that he punishes right there.
Yeah. Suppy at least needed a Baneling nest to have some Banelings to take out the SCVs, and then maybe his Lynx could do some work. But he was caught completely off guard.
Yeah, and you know what? I even would say it's like when you see that many Hellions, or if you're able to see that many Hellions, obviously you need to get a little bit more than just Queens and Zerglings, because that many Hellions can do a big timing on you, but he didn't even have the chance to see that many Hellions out in the field. It could have been Blue Flame Hellion that would have done the same amount of damage, I feel.
So what Suppy has to do now to have a chance in this game is he has to mostly stop mining gas, maybe mine a little bit, get a Baneling nest so he can use Banelings to defend, and just try to stay on a low muta count and just defend with Wing Baneling while droning up 15 bases. Yeah. I think this is his best option. I think this is what he's going to do too.
We'll take a look. As you can see, not many drones on gas, not many drones on gas. Yeah, he can't really afford that right now. You can see he's barely saturated on this natural base.
He needs to start a Baneling nest though. Apocalypse already has a pretty big force. Like he's made a lot of units, and he's going to be able to push soon. And to defend Suppy, he's going to need Banelings. He's starting the Baneling nest now, but I'm not sure if it's going to be in time.
Yeah.
It looks like Apocalypse is pushing out.
This is still a bold push from Apocalypse, because he has to think, well, Banelings could be out, and I don't have stim or combat shields. I think he's going to do a combat shield timing, though.
Yeah.
That seems the most reasonable, because he's also thinking, you can see him thinking while he's playing, hey, I have a big timing on this guy. I know that I should be pressing on my advantage.
He actually started combat shields before stim this game. That's kind of unusual.
Yeah, that's why I think it's going to be combat shield timing. But we'll see in a little bit, as combat shields just about to finish up here. +1 attack is finished, +1 armor on the way. So he will have that 1-1 advantage as well. No, it looks like he's just going to take his third base, macro up some more. I mean, let's be honest, anything that he does from this position is winning.
I think what he's going to do is wait until he has several medevacs in the field, so he's able to boost away and pick up if he gets into trouble. He has 1 out now. He might go with when these next 2 medevacs pop out, or he might wait till 5. I think he'll probably go now.
Well, he's actually going for drops into the main base, as you can see.
Oh, 1 on each side of the map. Actually, this is good. This is always what you want to do when you medevac drop. Just split 1 on each side. And then if there's Mutalisk, he's never going to be able to catch both of them.
Yeah, unless you split your mutas, but especially in this case.
Yeah, when you don't have that many, you can't do it.
Precisely. And boom, there it goes. So nice little pick off for Suppy. Unfortunately, he's doing it in like a 1-2 punch, not like at the same time, so he's not really empowering the second drop. So Suppy might be able to put his mutas into position to defend against this.
I would have liked a push instead of this drop though, because a push,
me too.
If you don't do damage, you at least clear out some of the creep tumors.
Yes.
With this, he's not clearing out the creep. This drop is going to work out against the third though. Suppy, he dealt with the first one fine, but he's not in position to deal with this one. Even losing mining time at this point just puts Suppy farther behind.
But this does allow him to be a little bit more aggressive on creep. You can see he's just standing on there. I expect a scan coming out pretty soon. No, he's just going to walk on creep and have an engagement.
He just wants to go for it. I think he realizes Suppy doesn't have what he needs. And Suppy's marking a ton of banelings though.
Yeah,
if those banelings finish, maybe he can defend.
He already has the speed too, the baneling speed. So this is a little bit risky. And it looks like Suppy is going to get
good
some
targeting on that Widow Mine.
Connections. He's going to go in here. It's so hard to split up on creep, and look at that. Suppy is going to clean everything up. Nicely done. Is it going to be enough, though? He spent a lot to clear that up.
But
and remember,
still, this was worth it for him for sure.
The economy for Apocalypse is just incredibly good.
Yeah, I mean, this brought Suppy a little closer to Apocalypse, though. If he keeps pulling off stuff like this, he can definitely come back in the game, especially since his creep is very good for this point in the game, considering what's happened.
I agree. I mean, cleaning up the 2 drops, he killed the Medivacs, he killed a lot, and now he's just going to go in with the Zergling Baneling. This is a little bit risky.
Yeah, I think he knows he's behind and he wants to see if he can get something done, but he's losing all of his Mutalisk. This puts him in a tough spot. He can't afford to replace them now. He doesn't have the gas income or the mineral income. And I think now he just has to try to stick on Ling Baneling and, I don't know, maybe do a counterattack. Maybe just try to play defensive in drone.
It's going to be tough no matter what. Let's look at just his saturation at the main base. He doesn't even have his gases at the natural base. He is optimally saturated, but at the third base, he's barely saturated here. Just now getting drones rallied all the way over there. And that does mean there's going to be a giant lull in the amount of units that he has. And look at that, Apocalypse stepping out onto the field. A lot of Widow Mines, a lot of Marines, a lot of Medivacs. And a couple of Marauders here.
Yeah, I think Suppy can defend this attack, but he won't be able to clean up the Medivacs because he has no Mutalisk. And
well, he can't replace his creep either. I mean, that's one of his strongest points, I think, too. Suppy always good at replacing that creep ASAP.
Also, he's so far behind in upgrades now. Because of all this, he hasn't been able to even get 1-1 yet. And it's already 2-2 for Apocalypse. And 2-2 Biomine against 0-0.
You're not going to have a good day.
Nope.
That's a point where Marines don't even have to micro. They just sit there, and your Banelings don't connect against anything.
Yeah, and because of all of this, him needing to build many Banelings, and him just now starting his upgrades, he can't afford any Mutalisk. So he can't ever kill the Medivacs, and he can't defend drops that well either. And we now see a drop going into the top of the map, going for the main base.
Yep, and I like what Apocalypse has done so far. Just clear out a lot of creep, wait until it recedes back.
And he's taking a 4th, too.
And just play very conservative. Just make sure you have your army all together. Make sure it's off creep. And you just wait. And meanwhile, if they want to, commit a lot of control up onto the center, it's going to empower your Medivac drop all the way in the main/natural. So cool stuff coming out from him. Now going to drop into the natural base. Suppy is going to have a hard time at just keeping tabs on everything. You can see the Medivac drop is just doing work.
He can kind of stop it from dealing damage, but he can't actually kill it. So it can fly around. It sees how much stuff Suppy has, and there's no threat of it dying. He killed the queen at that base too, which hurts Suppy's unit production a little bit, and it makes it even harder to deal with the Medivac and push it away a bit.
But I think more importantly what it does, it just keeps tabs of where all the Zerglings and Banelings are, right? So he can go and say, okay, let's deny creep here, deny creep there, etc., etc. So I think that's so good. Even though he's not doing it, I mean, the fact of the matter is
this is a huge army from Apocalypse moving out now. Suppy, he only has a handful. Well, I mean, he has a decent amount of Ling Baneling, but I don't think it's going to be enough against that force. We'll have to see, though.
It is
going to be a fight on
against
creep.
2-2.
Yeah.
That's a big problem still.
At least he's fighting on creep, though. That'll help
that's true. And here it is, big stim.
He just needs to engage with everything, I think.
Even if he engages with everything, I don't think he can really do it. I mean, the upgrade difference is so extreme, 197 sublight, 130. And here it is, the big attack in. You can see...
Those are good connections in the Banelings, though. About as good as it could have gone for Suppy, I think.
but it's still not going to be enough. Banelings yet again going in here. Good splits coming out from the Terran player.
So
Apocalypse
many Marines left.
just crushing all the way through. Now into the third base. The Banelings aren't even able to morph. Once they do, you can see the upgrade difference just doing work. The Marines being able to survive without a single Baneling connecting. And it doesn't matter what comes out of those eggs. Apocalypse knows that he has it. He's playing fantastic. I'm really surprised with this ZVT. I think it's gotten a lot better. And he's also introduced a very different style into it. The Hellbat Thor incorporation
And
with the bio.
Just this push this game is so cool, pulling about 10 SCVs to tank for the
Yeah,
Hellions.
what a
And
cool
then
way to win.
once the Lings went down, he was able to kill the drones.
Yeah, it was just so decisive, even killing the...
Yeah, when I saw the Banshees against 2-base Muda, I was like, well, I don't know about this. It doesn't look too good. But then he did the SCV pawn with the Hellion, Banshee, and SCVs. He was able to clean up all the Lings and then kill the entire mineral line of Suppy.
And you know what's cool? We even saw parts where Apocalypse can improve that attack.
Yeah.
And it was still so dominant, right? Like, he could have been repairing his Banshees. He could have been repairing his Hellions. There's so many different things. He could have had a little bit better micro, and still it worked out so well. That's just a lot of testing, a lot of really cute stuff. And that being said, Suppy is just rounding his last bit of structures. You can see his layers going down.
I think he's just very disappointed now because he hasn't GG'd yet, but he's not really moving any units on the map either. Okay, now he's GGing, so.
Good game, well played, good luck. And Apocalypse will take it, ladies and gentlemen, 2-1 finish.